presentations today. So let me share my screen first. Okay, there we go. Okay, good. Present, there we start. Yeah, so day 4, because day 2 and 3 you were working yourself through the theory. Which I promise again will be the hardest part is already gone now, because we went through the theory. So you did the individual learning, and I hope that you found what you needed to have an idea in your head about how to flip your current courses or one of your courses. Using, if you could use them, the templates. I looked at the forms you filled in, and I saw some wonderful ideas. So I'm very enthusiastic. Thank you for that. What is the thing we will do today is the presentation. And the presentation is, in my opinion, also inspiring each other. We can all learn from each other. Noah is very friendly to call me an expert, but we all have expertise and we share this expertise, and together we make the things we want to do the most, that is to share our knowledge with our students better. So please all get inspired by each other. I promised to select randomly candidates, and I did that for the institutions. I had a list of participants that were also lecturers. There is one institution, and I'm not good at pronouncing the name here. One institution had only a general director and a director of development. So I'm not sure if from that institution it is okay that someone presents. So I didn't put them on the list. Noah, maybe you can tell me more.
I found him in Tuesday. He is in the hospital. He's Samir Hussein. He's very hyper person, and he's very active, but because he is very ill on Tuesday, and he is in the hospital on Tuesday, and I found him. Inshallah, he will attend today. Inshallah, and I will ask him to try in order to train about developing this curriculum, because they are involved with us. He is in the from the Ministry of Higher Education. He's the General Director of Technical Education from the Ministry of Education and Higher Education, and he is involved from the beginning with us in order to help us through his ministry to adopt the new model, which is the flipped Palestinian model, and also the 3 programs that will be developed based on the flipped approach.
Okay. So that's good. So if possible, I would like Mahmoud, Ismail, and please correct me if I pronounce your names in the wrong way, to start with his presentation. How will we work? We will have 15 minutes maximum per presentation, and there will be 10 presenters randomly selected, but if someone is also voluntary candidates, yes, Nuha?
Only I want to suggest in the first round, you can take one from each university, because if we face something in the time, in order to have at least one presenter from each university. The second round, we will come back to other volunteers or who are nominated randomly.
Thank you. That's perfect. Before starting, I would also like you to look at the Google Forms Lester and me made. In the Google Forms, the participants from other institutions can write their feedback to the presenter from the institution. So the feedback comes from the other institutions. It's important to have this feedback. Lester will go through it while you write it. So you write it while the presentation goes on. It are simple questions about the content of the presentation that can help the presenter to reform or to add some ideas to the presentation and to the ideas that are presented.
Can I here mention to the email that you sent it by Dijla?
Yes.
Dijla.
Yes. So the participants,
all of you received this email from Dijla, which is maybe assistant of Lut, in order to give the feedback using the Google form.
I can't see the replies now, but if not, if you open the presentation, you can also click here on Google Forms. It's a link to the form also. So you have both ways to attempt it. The feedback you give to others can also help you to form better your own ideas as well. There is no wrong and right in this feedback. It's just to inspire others. So after every presentation, Lester will shortly say what was the feedback of the participants, and I will also add my feedback, and the participants, of course, can ask questions. Okay, that's the way we will do it. First, I would like to give the word now is Sir Mahmoud Ismail.
Okay. Firstly, hello for all of you. Salam alaikum.
كلها مو بتعرفش دورت النت كلها.
في حدا استنى
لا هيك كل الجهات. ماما دورت على النت ومش عارفه اني واحده.
الاستاذ عصام. اسحاق. I mute all. Please, all of you mute it. Because if I mute, I will mute also the presenters. Then mute by yourself. Dr. Omar الكحلوت. Okay, ممكن mute. Okay. Now only Mahmoud Ismail.
Okay.
And I will mute myself also.
Okay. Thank you, Professor Noha. Thank you for a lot for Professor Lot. We are very interesting from your lecture last time and the presentations for this at the beginning of this lecture. I am Mahmoud Ismail from Palestine Technical University. I am a professor of renewable energy, and now I am the head of the electrical engineering department. I do my best in order to prepare for some of the modules in the course that I will work on it in order to design as in a flipped approach. The course is in solar energy. So our course will be in solar energy. It is part of the renewable energy courses, and I think it is one of the interest in all of our Palestinian universities. You know, all of our Palestinian universities are very interesting in this course. So it will be common. So we will do our best in order to develop it and design it in the flipped approach. Firstly, I do 2 modules. Using the templates that we have already received from you last time. One of the module is in the face-to-face manner, and the other module in the distance learning. So I will present my, yes, okay.
If you want to share us your
yes, I will share. Yes, I will share our presentation in all of the forms. Maybe I hope I have the enough time in order to present all of the developed forms. But in order to learn from you, I spoke with Professor Noha about this. I told it we have to work in one module now at a time in order to learn how to develop our work in order to prepare other modules next time, inshallah rabbi alameen. So please, yes, it is now, share screen now, okay. So I hope it will be shared with you now. Professor Noha. Professor Noha, it is seen for you. Dr. Noha?
No, I can't see it.
No.
Okay.
Maybe you have to give
You
him
give me your
Open your mic, Dr. Noha.
okay.
Dr. Mahmoud, you
Yes.
have to share the main screen in order to have.
Okay,
Yeah. Now it is work. It works. Yeah.
Okay.
But
now okay.
change. Yeah.
Okay. So our course is solar energy systems. I put briefly here, but we will continue the other modules, the other subtopics. We call that modules. We have an introduction module. We have a module about the sun constants and parameters. We have a module. Each of these modules will be prepared and designed according to the templates that we have to present it later. The other module is sun radiation components, the sun angles. I think we don't go to the specific because these terms are not common for you. This is specialized names, so we will go. But we have make our main course in subtopics, or we call it modules, as it is presented here. Some of the modules I say it's face-to-face, others are online but at home. Online module, it is face-to-face but online on home. We have synchronism with our students but at home. Yes, part of the modules will be offline. Offline, I mean by offline that I have developed videos sent to the students while they are learning from these videos. They organize their time to reach to these videos by a model, because we have a platform model, so we can use it in order to send these videos. Also, we have a distant learning at home to solve some of the problems, assignments that we have already sent it also by a model. So I mean by offline that our students are viewing our already prepared videos, short videos to discuss about some of the things about these things. We hope online at home that we have on synchronism with our students, offline at home that our students will go to the model, see the assignments, and they do manage their time in order to solve and send back the answers for the questions. So this is what is meant here by face-to-face at the classroom, online it is face-to-face, but in synchronism, online at home, students at home. Offline it is known by offline and distant learning. And we have distant learning two approaches. One approach showing our videos, already prepared videos, and seeing our assignments that already prepared and sent to the students by model. This is so what is meant by each of these here, each of these terms here. We have the estimated time nowadays. Maybe it will be after preparing the full modules as it will be should be prepared. This time maybe altered. When I put 50 minutes because our class time is 50. So when we have to face-to-face, we have a specified time by our ministry or administration that it will be 50 minutes. But when we go to online at home or offline for the students. Maybe the time will be according to the length of the videos and according to the time required in order to solve some of the problems or assignments. So I hope it will be here. It is obvious what I meant from each of these. Any questions, we may answer them now, or we go to the other templates in order to discuss later all of these. I hope I may go to the other.
Dr. Mahmoud,
you have, yes, okay, thanks.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I have one question.
Yes.
The assignments, are they also online in Moodle? So
yes.
Yeah, so it is also, for example, digitally corrected, or the feedback is given.
Yes. Yeah, I discuss this when I go in the details of the modules. I discuss all of these. That what I want from the students, what are the students want from me, what I have to put. All of these are discussed in detail in the modules themselves. Yes. Okay.
It's great.
So we can share now one of the modules. Okay. It is yes. Now I think it is Dr. Noha.
Yes, we see it. Yeah, it's presented now. Yeah.
It is firstly this course. The same. The name of the course is, as told you, it is the solar energy systems. Here the subject topic. The subtopics that we call it modules in the specific letter. We have the sun constants and parameters. The first module. The second module is the sun radiation components. The third module also. So we will talk now about the first module, the sun constants and the parameters. This is the first module we have to discuss in detail later. So it is designed for. This module is designed for our regular students in the university. They are in the one of the departments. It is the electrical engineering departments. One of the programs is the sustainable energy program. So this module will be dedicated for the third year students of the sustainable energy department. Okay, it is designed from me, the date, okay, and this is the first version that we can modify later, okay. Here, give the basic information and the important derivations. I think it will be more obvious in the second template. So, the second template and the second will be discussed in detail all of this and give basic information. What are the objectives? What are the outcomes? All of these aspects are discussed in the other forms. So we will go to the other form. So this is the main form. It is called the first idea template. I define my subject. It is solar energy systems. I define my modules or main sub-subjects in this subject. I will talk secondly on the first module of this subject. It is how it is about the sun constants and the parameters. So now we will go to the second form that will talk more details about this first module. So we can this for this module. Okay. For this module, this is the same. We have it is dedicated for the third year students of our sustainable energy department. All of the aspects. This is the description of the course solar energy systems. The template itself that we have already received from Professor Loss, it is about the course. So I divided it into modules, and each of these will be divided into modules because really the course is divided into many modules. Each of the modules will be prepared in this template. So this is for module 1. This is the sun constants and the parameters. It is a face-to-face module. So this module will be as this is defined in the first form. in which we have divided the main topic into sub-modules, and each module we have to define it, whether it is conducted in a face-to-face or other modes of approaches, and the time of it. So this is for module 1. Main objectives of this module, the first objective of this module is understand the main construction of our sun system. The other main objective is remember the sun parameters and constants, mass, radius, distance to the earth construction, which are interesting in when we are discussing about our sun system. The third objective is apply the main equations to calculate the power emitted from the sun. The other objective is calculate the sun constant. One of the constants is called the sun constant. And another objective, analyze the calculated results of the sun constant. Okay, so we have calculated the sun constant in the objective number 4. We have some values. We have to analyze these values. It is in the Bloom system. It is a higher order or a higher level objective. So we have analyze the calculated results of the sun constant in comparison with the measured one. So as you see from these objectives that we have go for the main levels of the Bloom triangle. It is one of it's in the basic level understanding and remembering. Then we have go to the other level, higher level. It is the apply of our equations in a new manner. We have in order to use it in order to calculate the sun constant. And the other objective is calculations. These for different constraints, and we have to analyze the results. Yani, why do I have this value in comparison with this value? Why this calculated result is different from the measured unit? We have to analyze the values in this one. So we have our objectives. Our objectives for this module. It is, as I told you, that all the content of this module is face to face. We have and targeted group, as I told you, it is for the third year students of the Sustainable Energy Department students. The evaluation of this module is done by home exercise to calculate the sun constant for different days in a year. So we have these evaluation, and to evaluate the answers or the response of our students. This is done by an assignment attached by a module that all of our students have their platform. Okay, here we have the needs. It is a classroom, LCD projector. This is our main needs to conduct this module. The outcome of this module is ability to describe the sun parameters, ability to define the sun constant. Yeah. So we have so this is for the template. The other template corresponding to this module is will be described here. This is the module. It is about the polyflip model canvas. This is the first time that I hear about. I do my best in order to make our information in the form. We have to learn from you. Okay, for this exactly for this form. So. Yani, I put it when I am working for and with, yani who I am working for with. Yes, as I told you, the students are the third year students of our Sustainable Energy Department. This is for the students. We have to take help from the supervisor of this of the lab. We have a lab for sun energy equipment. So we have. So I told that part of this course will be implemented with the solar lab supervisor, the help of the supervisor. So I put this here because if we have to other professionals, we have to take help from them in order to conduct this module. I put it here. Here, as I told you, here, the title is what are the learning objectives. Already I have the learning objectives in the previous template, so I put it here another time. Understand, and all of the objectives here we have to enlarge this in order to see the other objectives that we have already included in the previous template. Okay, here what are the resources that I need? So it is, as I told you, it is a classroom, it's LCD projector, it is the lab equipment of our solar. So we our students part of this module we have to and this is we have to learn. As I said that this module will be face to face. Yeah. So maybe in a classroom or maybe conducted in the lab, we have two approaches and we can do it. Yeah, because in the lab, we have already seats for the students, we have LCD projector, and we have the lab equipment that we may use it in order to show our students part of the equipment while we are conducting this face-to-face module. What is the course about? It is sun energy, as I told you. How do I want to realize my course objectives? As I told you, it is face-to-face lecture, distant learning, lab experiments. We have lab, we have face-to-face, but because part of this module, yes, this module is conducted in class or in the lab, no problem. But the assignment of this module that the student have already to calculate, I put it in another module because the other module is conducted distantly or by distance learning. So our students go to their home in order to solve the assignment, see the videos that we have already prepared about some of the things. So part of this, because it is related to this module, but done by students at home. So I call that part of this module will be implemented by students at home. So in the other module, which is already prepared for a distance learning module, I put this. So but maybe we have to learn that. Could I do this or not? This is we have to hear from Professor Lot about this. So we have to go. This is it's okay. Who I am creating. Okay, as I told you, this is for the students. How the number, it's about from 20 to 25 students, so it is in intermediate level students. And the number of students, it is not so small, not so high, it is 20 to 25. This is already our labs is dedicated that can this number of students can go to this lab and without problems. Okay, here we have what are the pitfalls for me and my students. I think one of the pitfalls are because we have students from different levels, because they have different intellectual abilities. So I think this is one of the problems that everything we have to face. So you have to design your modules or objectives to deal with these different levels. So I think we have to prepare our objectives that to deal with the different levels. This is, I think, one of the pitfalls that we have to every time to concentrate on. Okay, what will be my time investment? I think the time investment here, instead of solving examples in the face-to-face classroom or a lab, we have to prepare videos, short videos discussing these examples, and accordingly these videos will be shown by student offline, And accordingly, there is an assignment to solve questions or their problems like these solved examples as in videos. So I think this will be a good investment of the time, instead of consuming part of the time in solving these problems, and this will be part of the meantime. So we'll go mainly to discussing the cases in the classroom, and by short videos and assignments that done by the students distantly or in distance learning. So really we can manage our time very, very good by others. And this is, I think this will be part of the objectives of the flipped approach. We have to manage our time effectively in order to give our students more capabilities and manage our time perfectly. So I think this is one of them. So I hope I answered the question here as I understand. And what will be my time investment? I think I understand the question in this way. What are my hard and software needs? Okay, like this, because really, but this is not dedicated for this module. We have another modules later that we have to use software packages in order to design. And this is for other modules in the higher levels. And I bet when I said that we have to design a part of the modules or subtopics to design an off-grid or on-grid PV system. Part of the design will be done manually by the students. Part of the design will be done by software packages. So we have to use software packages we have already in our labs in order for the students to learn how to use this for packages. So part of this, but this is not dedicated for this module. This module is only not hardware. It's a software package offered. It's a hardware package by the student and the lecturer and the students. How can overcome the obstacles? I think here. I think because I told later, I think not how to yes, I think I discussed it in the previous template, how to make feedback from students, how to evaluate our students. I think so. Part of the obstacles can be solved by taking a feedback from our students. I think so. What will my outcomes be? And the outcomes are discussed already in the previous template. So I put it in the previous version. As you see that this template is not far from the previous template. The previous template we have to see about them, our objectives, how to implement these objectives and to implement this module, and how to take evaluation of our students. So part of the previous template as discussed is already included in this template. Okay, so this is for the 3 templates designed for one of the modules. It is a face-to-face module. We have another module. If I have time, we can go to the other modules, but you can decide for this, because I prepared another module. It is in a distant learning module. Okay, Professor Lot.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mahmoud. It's very interesting, and I already would like to follow your whole course, because it's a very interesting subject as well. I don't know if Lester already has some feedback from others. While he is preparing that, I will share my feedback, if that is okay for you. First, about the use of the templates. The Canvas model, which is still showed now on the on your shared screen, that is the overall preparation. So this comes normally before the storyboard. So in that way, indeed, there will be overlaps, and the model canvas is only to have your big picture, and then you bring it to the storyboard. So if you have the big picture already, you can directly go to the storyboard, and you don't have to prepare a model canvas for every module. That would take way too much time, and templates are only there to help you to find your way in your ideas and to structure them. So in your case, everything is so well already in your head, so you can easily skip the model canvas. I see also the hand of Gassan. Gassan?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Luz. Thank you, Mahmoud.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Professor Gassan.
I just have a comment on the first presentation, what they call the course schedule, I think.
Okay, yes, now, yes.
Yeah, I mean, here it seems to me that you are just talking about for the whole module. There, I couldn't see.
This is both, but I go first to this module, and the other module that I already prepared, it is regarding the fourth and the fifth modules. It is about distant learning using calculations of the some ideas. So this is, and this is not all of the modules that should be conducted in this course. I give them 12 modules, but we have more modules out there. But this is an idea about our topic. Yes.
Yeah, it's good.
Sorry,
I
but
also
sorry.
Excuse me, Gassan. Yeah, I also think that the estimated time, it's very good to already have it in your head. But when you have the learning part, then you can detail it. So this comes with structuring and filling in the whole learning part. Now it is really an estimation to see if it could work, but then it will go in detail and become better. Sorry to tell this before you talk again, Gassan. Do you have other?
Yeah, actually, my notes is, where is the flip in here?
Yeah. I think
because I mean, and sorry, let me finish.
Okay.
I mean, here it says you divided the course into topics, or modules, and some are face-to-face, some are online and offline, and whatever. But if I don't know if I understand it well, I mean, for a certain module, let's say, you have to see how you have to show how you are going to use the flipped learning or flipped classroom in that module. Here, you're. It seems to me that you're just blending face-to-face with even there's no online in here. It says offline. So could you clarify that? I mean, I don't know if I'm mistaken on that.
Thank you, Professor Hassan. Yes, you are right. Yeah. As I discussed in the first module, at the last and the last of the module, that part of the module will be conducted by the students themselves. Yes, this is face-to-face, but part of the module will be conducted. I told that I have to prepare videos, short videos, sent to the students by the Moodle platform. The students will see these videos independently. This is regarding the first module. At the end of the module, a part of the module will be conducted in the classroom. The other part of the module will be conducted by the student in distant learning. I have two approaches, as I told. One of it maybe on offline by the students by videos, and part of it will solving our assignment that is sent to the students by the model. As I told you, yes, you are right. Exactly, you are right. I prepared another module, as I told you. This is for the fourth and fifth topic here, the sun angles calculation of the sun. Part of these modules will be conducted in the classroom. The other part, as discussed in the platform, in the forums, that part of these modules will be conducted remotely from the students. So I think I make flip from class or face-to-face to distance learning by the students. Okay, Professor Ghassan? If you have any, we are learning. So if you have any recommendation, we are hearing from you. Okay.
I think we might talk later. Okay.
What do you understand that we have to do here, specifically in order to develop our course in a flipped approach?
Can I answer the question?
Okay,
Yes,
okay. Please,
yes,
please.
Okay. The main thing will be, it's you are still thinking about it, and you are in the process of realizing it and thinking it over. Then you will come to the idea and in your head, and the solution that some of the things the students can go through at home with videos or with other content before coming to the classroom. And that is also a solution for what you said, a part of the solution, that you have the problem of different levels. It is also interesting to use the blended learning or flipped classroom approach to try to bring them all. It's not always possible, but to bring them all to a certain equal starting level. For example, by adding some extra exercises for those who did not already understand everything. But this is what we, Lester and me, during the whole process of the realization of your flipped classroom course, will guide you. So we will stay in contact, and if you have questions, you can ask them online. And then we will come to the learning part, the realization of a learning part, but maybe not the whole, because it's only 1 week in August, to help you to realize a part and to see the bigger picture. But what I already like very much is that you are really dividing your content into parts and thinking per element, how can I teach it so that everyone can, for example, also at their own pace. If you provide videos, short videos with interaction, with questions, etc., with assignments, the students can go over it again before coming then to classroom.
Yes.
So your big a big part of your work will be to, and that is what I think Professor Ghassan also was trying to say, it will be a big exercise for you to overthink very well what the students can do at their own pace at home before coming. It can be synchronic, asynchronic, with videos, with other things, can be even team work also before coming to the classroom, and then how you can provide them with all the fantastic knowledge you have in the class and in the lab. But that is a work in progress. So for the first presentation, I'm very happy with what you did, and many congratulations from me. I also am very happy that you thought about the Bloom taxonomy and getting to a higher level there. It's very important to add the interactivity. Of course, we will do everything in Moodle, but we will bring Moodle for you to a higher level because there is so much other things you can do with it. Then what do I have more? Yeah, it will also be important for the different levels you have to install peer learning. So students who are better at the content can also learn from the others and can be the coaches of the others. Conditionality, as I told already, and differentiation. And I hope your time invest, because you will invest, big part of time to realize everything. It will be paid back over time, because the next year you use the same. It will already be, you will already gain time. I think Professor Jalal also has a question. Professor Jalal?
Okay, Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon for everyone. I have 3 comments. One of it, I think we must differentiate or distinguish between 2 things, especially in engineering topics. We have to distinguish between lab and workshop.
Yeah.
And you know the objectives or the outcomes from lab is different than that from workshop. I think my colleagues, especially in the engineering colleges, must take this into account. The second point, I hope that our colleagues from educational colleges like Dr. Noha and others to clarify for us the difference between learning approaches or education approaches and educational methodologies, because I think there is a difference between these 2 worlds. And the third one is concerning what my colleague, Dr. Mahmoud Ismail, is talking about the different levels of students. I think there is a different levels of students in the training courses, in the schools, higher schools, but in the colleges, especially in specific field or specific specialization, I don't think there must be a different level or a different variation between the students, since most of them must have the same background, the same level, the same request for some courses. That is my notes. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Jalal. First of all, concerning the lab, of course, there is a difference in teaching and learning in labs and out of labs. So that's why the face-to-face part is there. Labs normally are the face-to-face part where you, as a student, can, with the knowledge you have from the distance learning, you can then use in the labs. It's also what in the Polyflip project and in the VTP University in Slovenia was one of the things that we saw that was so important. I think Maya can confirm that. Then learning approaches and learning methodology. We are digging immediately into blended learning, which is a methodology, and flipped classroom, if you go under level under blended learning. This is right, but it's not a course of pedagogics. We want to come to a result. So if you want more about that, we can add it. But we will add it as a part you can read about. We will not we don't have the time to go into depth to that. We saw the Bloom taxonomy, we saw the Pickrot model, we could also add the TPAC model, and we will use these models to think about how to reach our objectives for our students. So it's like another part of the project. We could add it, we are from teacher training department, but we have to make some choices. And then the level of the students, I am so sorry, but I can't totally agree with you on that. Even though all of the students reached already a high level, there will be differences in interest, differences in in level. You have the really performing very, very high students, and then the ones who just perform mediate. And I am always very I take care of all my students. So also the very, very clever ones who go way behind what they should do in class. And the others who have some difficulties to understand things. So I think it can be necessary, even though they are all at a very high level, to also add some differentiation to make sure that every of the students is learning at their level. That is what I could tell you about this, and what my idea is about this. Professor Jalal, do you want to add something, or?
Thank you, Professor Lot. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you very much. Okay, and it is up to you. I can go to the other module that is distant, or we can go to the other colleagues. Then, if there